Hi everyone, have you ever wondered how to create the perfect garden border edge without spending a lot of money on tools and equipment? Well, as you can see, we have re-edged this garden border and I think it's looking really nice and sharp, and it's very, very level. And I can give all the credit to Rob. I did not do this because I am not very accurate at this. So we're going to show you how that he does this and the before and after effect of what he's doing. So stay with me and I will show you how to create, in my opinion, the perfect garden border edge. So the equipment that you need to do the perfect edges, you need long rope or string. You need some posts or anchors for the corners to be able to mark out the edge and how you want it so it's nice and straight. We have wood that we've used here. We have a plastic anchor here, and we have a wood post here that we're using to anchor. We have an edging tool here. You can see the edge. It's flat on one side and then it's curved on the other, so you can use it either way. Over here, this is just something we happen to have, and it's a handheld trimmer. It's a Sun Joe, but you can use a lawn trimmer if you want. You could use hedge trimmers, you could use scissors, whatever you have on hand. And finally, you want to make a curved edge. You need a moldable piece of plastic or wood to use to make that curved edge. And for this, we are using landscape edging that we had laying around, and this is just to shape it. We're not putting it in, but this is to give you the curved shape to follow when you edge out the lawn. So for a straight edge, what you do is you come in and you put your spikes, pieces of wood, in the ends of your angle. From there, you string your rope around right in the edge of where you want it and tie it to those anchors. From there, you can use that as a guide to create the edge and get it perfectly straight. And your rope needs to be good and tight. And then you follow that edge with your edger after you trim the grass off so that you can get it straight. You need to trim the grass off the edge first, otherwise you won't get it straight because it'll get in the way and you won't be able to see the rope. So one thing you want to do so that this border looks good is you want to make sure your plants aren't hanging over the edge of the grass. That is when your grass gets too tall and it's hard to clean. It's also hard to mow. So those are the key things, is keep your plants back from your edge or cut your edge further out like we have done here. Then you can get your mower in and edge the lawn without having to come in with a tool and edge it all the time. You will have to periodically come back with an edger and dig it up to get that crisp line, but that will save you a lot of work and a lot of headaches when you're mowing the lawn. And this will help you get the line straight because you need that grass out of there in order to see your line. So that is what he is doing right now. He is cleaning up the edge. So one thing I failed to mention is if you want a straight edge, string is what works. But if you need to do a curved edge, then you need to find something that you can mold for the curve. And we are using landscape edging that we have, the plastic edging that we've had laying around. And Rob is going to use that to get the shape of the curve for the flower bed. Because string won't work. You'll have weird angles. So this stuff works really, really good. And if you have some in your yard, don't throw it out. Reuse it to do the curves in your beds. We're not going to put this in the bed. We're just using it to get the curve. And we're using a standard edging tool here. And I'll show you how he's doing it. So he has the curve of the plastic edging here, and then he's going behind it and he is cutting the edge. And you can see he's pushing my flowers back, which is very kind to him because they were hanging over the edge. You're not eating the grass, smart ass. And you can see how he's cutting it out. And I apologize for the shadows, but it's very hot. And he's just lining it up to get that beautiful curve. And that's the thing. There's nothing better than a flower bed that has a gorgeous curve in it, that has a nice cut, clean edge. It makes the flowers stand out, and it just makes the yard look so crisp. So he's just lining his edge up again to make sure he's got it right and that the curve is working the way he wants it to work. And then he's coming back in here with the edger. And you always want to use your edger in a way that you use the same side all the time. Now you can use it whichever side you want, but for him, he's using it with the thicker side on the outside and then the thinner side on the inside. And it's just how comfortable you are with doing the edging. The other thing is too, if when you're doing this and you find that your bed has low spots, once the edge is nice and cut, you can come back in and backfill with dirt to raise up your edge, which is something that we're going to eventually have to do because we do have low spots over here. And if you're in a climate that gets a lot of moisture or snow, rain, etc., you want to make sure that you have a good slope on your bed. So you can see here we're fairly flat, so we need to slope that forward, and this edge will allow us to do that because it's kind of setting the grade for the bed along here. The other thing that I like about this is because Rob's doing the edging and that, some of the weeds that he's dealing with, he's getting them out for me, which saves me a lot of work. All right, so you can see the curve is now done. Rob has finished it and he's moving on to the next side. But the reason I wanted to show you the curve is because curves tend to be harder. A lot of people will use hoses to mark out a curve, and you can do that as long as you can keep it in place without it moving. The lawn edging, the plastic lawn edging, seems to hold its shape better than a hose, in my opinion. So it worked really well. And trimming that edge really defined the area. So this is why I think that when you do a garden border, if you do a really nice edge, it makes all the difference in the world for how that border looks. And if you go and add your mulch in, well, that's just the cherry on top of the sundae. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I am so happy that he did that for me because he does a way better job than I do. And it's nice to have help in the garden, but it is looking good. And you can see here all the way along how crisp that is and how it cleaned everything up. And Maddie's checking out the flowers. So thank you very much, everyone. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe, as well as leave me some comments. Bye-bye.